All right, so we're back at it. I had to call in. New compressor. Says it's pre-filled with 3 ounces of PAG oil. Basically, I got the old compressor and dumped out the contents into this container over here. Ugh. So I've got that much from the old compressor. I basically am just going to either dump that right back in or measure that and dump in that. I mean, I've got multiple oil options, but I think the safest is to use the same amount as what was in the old one. All that being said, if you want this air conditioning system to work after you've gone to all this effort, you have to have it evacuated for 45 minutes on a vacuum to suck the moisture out of it before you charge it and try to run it. So I did not replace the condenser evaporator. They say you should. I didn't power flush the system. They say you should. At least I'm planning on putting it all back together and having it evacuated before recharging, because I don't have a vacuum pump. But all that being said, I know I'm saving a ton of money doing the compressor. So I'm gonna do the oil detail. I'm gonna dump that out, measure what's in the other thing, possibly just dump what's in the other thing right into there and call it a day and put that thing on. Here's the bracket. This component came with it. Of course, I went to this auto parts store and they gave me the wrong one. Hence, coming back today and getting the right one. Yeah, there was a bolt missing out of the bracket, so I found an alternate so that I can put the bracket back on. They said if there's any vibration, any loose bolts can kill the freaking compressor. Well, guess what? I had a bolt missing out of the bracket because it's so hard to get to. And there's a bolt missing out of my transfer case too. It doesn't surprise me. All right, I'm gonna get to it. Wanted to mention evacuating. All right, so we're just measuring what I poured out of the old compressor. And as you can see, that says 4 ounces. Some did spill when I was yanking the stupid thing out. Probably about that much, which I'm going to say this is about 1/4 of an ounce just in my container here. This could take a while. I'm going to have to do some approximations. I think I'm done with that. So, you know, long and short, if I can say that again, I probably say that a lot. With what spilled out, with what was in the old one that you're looking at, I'm gonna think it was about 4.5 in the compressor. Oh no, actually there was still residual in the body of the compressor. I mean, it's not like I tipped it upside down and let it drain for a day. So I mean, we could easily say 4.5 and not think that it's low. I think 4.5 is totally a good, safe. Don't want to overdo it, because I read if you put too much oil in it, it'll actually kill your compressor to boot. So there's probably some oil in the components that are still in the machine, like I don't even know what's still left in the machine. I'm gonna run with 4.5. All right, so I'm up in the house. Pardon the mess. We're in a major remodel. Well, that looks pretty. The rest of it does not. Anyway, I had a bad moment when I realized that the new compressor has had this little bolt holding the plugs in place, and that the coupling on the hoses is like that thick. And the old compressor that I just brought back to the auto parts store to exchange for this one might have a bracket on it that I need, and I was kind of flipping out. So I got some pictures of what sizes I need. So anyway, I took this out, and I've got an alternate bolt that's the right length to couple the hoses, the mounting block, and it's the right thread pitch and size. So that's more grace in case anybody's checking God's. And I don't have a plethora of odd miscellaneous bolts lying around, so thank God. Okay, so not to sound desperate and half crazed, but here we are. This is the passenger side wheel well. Access over here straight in as much as you got, 3 inches to get your hand here, and a nice grapefruit size access right here. You can get one hand over and one hand under to fit your bolts in position. You can see that the two mounting plate bolts here that are snugged but not dead tight, and then you need to get back corner there with the top mounting bolt, and then another back corner there. Come on, focus, you pig. There you go. And then underneath, hey, look how easy that one will be to get to. Oh, yeah, that's the only one that's easy. Started thinking about whether or not to try to access through there. I think that's a long shot. Anyway, the bolt that is in this area on the inside is the bottom right. I loaded, and once you got that thing sticking through the back of the compressor, between this one that's put in already and this one that's put in the kitty corner, you have to keep fiddling and twisting and pushing them in order to get it in position. Now this is going to be after I've done all that and it's almost in position. The bottom bolt was probing long and underneath the mounting bracket, so I had to get in here to pull it out so that I can fit it up, and then I'm going to lock one of the tops, probably that one, and then feed the bottoms to get this thing bolted on. Okay, still at it. Yes sir. Okay, I got the top started, right? The back one, you can see how it's hitting that motor mount. I'm assuming that's a motor mount bracket right back in here. I can't get it to feed anymore. I'm wondering if I maybe used the wrong one, or they both look the same size. But I might just take a 1/4 inch off of this freaking thing. I mean, what's it gonna hurt? But I'll have to pull it all the way out to get that, because there's nowhere to go with it. Which may talk me into not doing that. Okay, so we're a half hour after the last time. Here's where I'm at right now. I still can't get these bolts lined up. Why is this having so much trouble? I've got a lighting issue. Doggone it. Anyway, it'd be great if you could see. Hold on. There, I don't know how I did that, but there you go. So anyway, see the missing bolt? This is the mounting plate for the compressor. When I got this vehicle apart, I noticed that back bolt was missing, and I figured somebody was in a hurry and didn't give a crap. However, now I think it was out, because in order to get the bolt that I'm fighting with right there in, I actually have to pivot that mounting plate away and on this front screw, just pull it out as far as I can, really, to line up that back bolt, because I can't get the angle with the, I want to try and jam my phone in here.
with the fact, see how it's all hung up on that motor mount? So I have to loosen the mounting plate to get that one started a 1/2 inch in over that stupid motor mount. And then I can tighten it all back up, I hope. To be continued. Alright, hate to put you through this, but mounting plate is off, so that I can try and mount that bottom bolt all the way on. Then I'll have to leverage that thing back up into place. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's why that back bolt was off. So you can see that top left mounting bolt is almost set into the plate. The plate is pulled off, you know, the face of this the block, like, you know, 2 inches. That was the main problem right there. The rest of those, yeah, I'm not gonna say it. So anyway, I'm gonna try getting this mounting plate back into position now. So I know it's a little bit much to think that people are just going to be able to whip out an offset 15mm open-ended wrench. However, I don't know how else you're going to get that off. Even a crow's foot socket attachment, there ain't enough room. So I think this is the only way to go. So a little torch, a little hammer, and here's the schematic here. Roughly 3/4 of an inch from the edge of the socket to the bend. It should be a little tighter to clear the exhaust manifold. That says about 2 inches at the 45. This is about 2.5, and it ain't a good 45. I'm about to heat it up and straighten this end so that it's more of an parallel with the socket end. But just wanted to give you some more particulars there. Honestly, it doesn't quite look like 2 inches now that I'm staring at that. Oh, crud. I gotta get a tape measure. Hold on. Alright, so I'm inside now. Honestly, if you start your bend at that, you know, 3/4 mark in front, really it's about 1.75 inches. Gosh, I'm wobbly. Try to look through the lens. So yeah, 1.75 inches. It ain't 2 inches. All right. So this is still steaming a little bit, but I tightened it up. Tried. A little closer bend, a little more of an angle. I haven't tried it yet. As usual with experiments, you don't really see how it works until you're trying it, so I'll let you know. So anyway, yeah, that works better. You can see what I got going on there. It's going to be a couple 20 or 30 rotations to get that yoked up. But that's been the skinny on this whole job, is that back bolt. So we're getting there. Did I mention I had to find a bolt for this attachment? Anyway. Yeah, that took about, I don't know, 75 cramping twistings. But anyway. I just been thinking about Papa. I think he would have liked that. I miss the old man. I just tightened up that frame bolt motor mount thing, and with the special offset 15, you really don't have to do anything with that motor mount. You don't have to fool with that. It just was in the way when I was trying to use a socket. Well, par for the course of miniature ratcheting. I mean, unless you've got a super awesome
offset flat 15 or whatever the heck this bolt is. I think it's a 15. This is how you're doing the bottom bolt on the right side here. But hey, we're going. All right, now got the compressor yoked up nice and tight. Serpentine belt back on. I'm about to put the thermostat housing back on, and the thermostat, I figured, shoot, for 20 bucks I'll buy another thermostat. I don't know how old the other one was. It could be brand new, but then again, I'd hate to have it go bad in a month and me really kick myself. So little carb cleaner and rag, cleaned off these as best I can because there's no paper gasket. You get this Permatex water pump and thermostat housing gasket maker. Basically goob it up, slap it on, call it done. Next. So all these fittings kind of have to go together at the same time. We got the two on the compressor. I've got one at the radiator, one back there, on the accumulator. So I wanted to show you that I put the new washer kit on this guy here, Murray Rapid Seal AC system. Put a little bit of oil on each washer. Basically only used 4 out of like 30. One on each. You can see the new one there, new one here, 2 new ones on the main hub on the compressor, and then 1 on that guy wherever he falls over there. Anyway, I got to put these 5 pieces together all at the same time, so this is going to be hard to do on video, but I wanted to show you. I got the radiator filled up, fan back on, got to tighten that a little more. Thermostat housing, Permatex belt, serpentine belt, blah blah blah. Moving right along. It's getting dark. Might as well set up my lights now. Alright, so it only took me about 5 minutes. Got these loose, not tightened. 1, 2, 3, and then most importantly 4. I'm thinking because it's a little racked on the compressor, because it's, convoluted and reaching in 4 different directions, I'm gonna just loosely secure at the various outward points, loose, and then secure the compressor, most importantly, just so that it's not flopping off like it keeps wanting to. And then I'll tighten up the peripherals. Now, as is kind of typical, I put this AC line in and smushed the coolant line over to the block. I have to disconnect and relocate. What a pain. Hi, bitches. Yes. So, doing the oil, spilled, got distracted by animals. Look at this guy. Can I have your breakfast? No. Gonna do the oil before I fire it up. Put together the AC lines, the windshield washer fluid, and the air filter. Topped off the radiator. Gonna run it a little bit to get the air bubbles out. See how it works. I still have to get it evacuated, but I need to drive it to work tomorrow. Hello. So the good news is I drove around today with 50-degree air coming out of the dashboard. Now the rear blower still doesn't work. Hasn't worked since I got it. I've had it about a month. But here's the 5.3, and I'll show you the compressor installed and let you see the blower door actuators that need to get swapped also. But anyway, I'll flip this around so you don't have to see my mug. See ya. So
I think this is an L70 maybe? But anyway, the 5.3 V8 is stuck in the 04 Envoy XL. So this is, this was a bear. I knew it was going to be a bear. You know, the backstory is my dad had one of these, and the AC never worked in his. And the dealership charged him a good amount of money. Let's see. I don't think I can get a light down there. Hold on, let me get a light. So, here's the old light. But anyway, inside, it's 67 outside. So the great news is I've got this thing swapped out before it's 90 degrees or more. And I'll be able to get some air conditioning. You know, maybe a future video I can describe why that's there. That's the brake transmission interlock solenoid that is blown, so I have to press that to drive the truck. Anyway, come around front. If you can hear me, but anyway, you can see it spinning down there. So yeah, that was a bear to get down in there. Basically, we're pulling the air filter housing, air cover, the windshield washer container underneath there, the fan shroud, and the fan, and the radiator hoses and the AC rail. You know, when I was down in there, I actually found parts from when somebody had tried to remove it and didn't. I think they did not go as far as to take the fan shroud off, and that they just quit and put it back together. But they didn't put it back together with both the washers on that main terminal down there, and it leaked. Well, so much for that, right? So anyway, we got it back together, and it's running great. And I think it was 16 total hours and about 350 bucks worth of stuff to get the compressor replaced. And I did not swap out the condenser evaporator. I did not have to do the AC pressure sensor. You know, I really made out really good because I only had to replace the things that were really essential. So there you go. The Daddy Fix It episode 5. Take care. This little guy wants to get my birthday cake. Actually, this is Asher's birthday cake. Yeah. What's it do? Yeah. This is Peaches. Hi, Peaches. Are those your paw prints all over my truck? Probably. Yes. I'd like to have some food, please. And then there's you. Winter? What? I suppose you want my birthday cake too. Yes. You stinker. Peaches, thanks for not knocking it out of my hands. This beast. Ow! Man, you're fucking ruthless. Here, Peaches. Golly. You stuck a fork in me. All right, what's your deal? Yeah? No, this is mine. I'm having some yummy birthday cake, carrot cake, yumminess. Look at this guy. You're a pistol. Winter. No, you little bastard. Sorry. Next.